It is quickly becoming the season of new golf clubs, and today that is exactly what we are discussing. However, it is not in my bag, it is in this man's. Chris, how are you?
Oh, very good, yourself?
Now, you're not a tackle tart, as it were. In the UK, that's someone who changes their golf clubs a lot and spends a lot of money on things. Chris spends nothing.
Tackle tart.
But we've
What
got
a
a
word.
whole
Bobby loves
fresh
that.
bag of golf clubs in here. So guys, we're going to film a couple of videos today, so hit that subscribe button if you want to see those, and go and check out Chris's channel if you're more interested in specs and things.
I needed a new driver.
We're also going to test that on both channels and see exactly if it still works, because I'd be very interested to see if it still works. How does it affect performance? It's actually... So,
Go.
Chris, we've got new irons in the bag, we've got new driver in the bag, we've got new wedges and a new putter. We're going to split it over a couple of videos. So first of all, would you like to explain to us, what are these?
First up, the Wilson MB irons, the Wilson staff irons. So tested them a couple of weeks ago, gone for a combo set. So I have got the CBs in the longer irons, but again, I just fancied a change, play with them in Gran Canaria, and they felt fantastic.
What doesn't feel fantastic in Gran Canaria, though? That's what you've got to ask yourself. So we're testing today at Woolley Park. Not that Woolley Park isn't as good as Gran Canaria. I'd rather be here than Gran Canaria, actually.
Me too.
But we're going to see if it does work here on UK soil. We're going to test short irons, long irons. We're actually going to have a bit of a match today here, and we're going to talk about what drives in there, because you won't believe, I never had you down as this driver.
I've never had one.
No, so
Never.
guys, stay tuned and find out what it is.
Never had one.
I'll give you the honour. Ooh, how far have we got?
Although I've never had Wilson irons either.
Let's check on the PF1, Bobby. Really enjoying this, actually. So, let's see. 155, playing 153. Bumblebee's in the car, and it's actually called Yellow Submarine, Bobby. What have you got, Chris? You got a full 8?
Full 8 iron, yeah. MB.
What we're playing for breakfast?
Breakfast.
Oh, tell you what.
And for the first swing of the
That
day,
is unbelievable.
we'll take it. Bobby zoomed on that. What were you laughing at, Bobby?
Have you not seen that GIF? Bobby's going to put it in. I don't. We can't put it in. You can't put it in. There's a line that you can't cross, isn't there? We're going to have to beep like most of that out.
Keeps Bobby on his toes.
Go. That's bunker, I think. Oh, that's
No.
done really well. I duffed that.
has done well.
Duffed that. First swing of the day. Not hit a club in quite a while, so on to the next.
Since yesterday.
So, Chris, why now to change all your clubs? Because we're not going to delve too much into the bag on this hole, but I always find it interesting that we test clubs for a living, like, every day. And very rarely do we change. A lot of people do comment on my videos and your videos and say,
Yeah.
well, you test all these clubs, but you never change them. And I think you can't go through your golfing life changing your clubs all the time, because you would never have any consistency.
No, and also I think if we change, everybody would say, I can't afford to change every week. But I just fancied a change, obviously. Again, they look a little bit different to the Tacomos I've been using, which were also a split set. So, and Wilson's something that you don't really see. I like last year's irons, and we don't get them very often around here. It's very hard to find them in shops. So
No, we've actually got to test today these, and last year the Wilson Triad ball was spectacular. This is the new one, so I want to see if it holds up like
they're saying the best value, but I think it's under $40.
Well, was it last year or the year before we tested it in Dubai, and it was better than a Pro V1?
It was, yep. Not the matte finish though. Wasn't a fan.
No, that wasn't great. Go on, go on, go on. I'm actually really pleased with that, because that wasn't an easy putt.
That iron did exceptionally well.
Did, but I think it must have landed on the downslope, because I was thinking it was bunker bound personally.
Yeah, me too.
I never thought I'd see him with one of these either.
Me neither.
Big fan. What a roll though. Oh! If I'd
wasn't it?
If I'd left the flag where it was, I think you'd have been all right. So we'll not
so.
talk about that too much. We're going to discuss that in a separate video, because there's some matching clubs that you've changed to go with them. 2 lengthy ones for par. Oh, it stayed high. It stayed high. That's terrible. 4. Let's to go 1 up. Nice. Can I just say how much stoppage yours had on it as well? Because it's pitched there.
Yeah,
It
pretty
finished
good.
like there, didn't it?
The MB's all flight, so carried about 160, which is exactly what I would expect.
168 Iron Beast.
Animal. Up the Wilson.
Okay, unfortunately that is one down for myself, but I think when you've got new clubs, I mean, I beat Gaz when he had new clubs, but I feel like that's...
Not a challenge really, is it?
And Gaz actually thinks when you get new clubs, they take some bedding in. I'm the opposite. I think if you're not having a honeymoon period with new clubs, then it's never really going to get any better.
Gaz has got a lot of excuses, hasn't he?
Wow.
There we go. I've never had a tailor-made driver.
And this is the QI10 LS, and it's got the Graphalloy Blue extra stiff shaft in it, the shaft that I actually tested. You just kind of took it for a video, didn't you? And then...
Yeah, took it for a video, and again, just liked it. Again, we did test it, but it was more of the testing was inside at the start of the year, but to get it out on the golf course, it did feel fantastic. I'm just watching this guy that might kill us.
Oh my, this is at us as well.
Now he's flushed it.
Oh, Jesus. That was far too close to not shout, wasn't it?
It was close. I like his confidence, but again, drove it really well in Gran Canaria again with this driver.
Also, you drove it well on the Next 100 series we filmed. Filmed a couple the other day and he used it, and to be fair, we used most of your drives, which we've been using mine, haven't we? So
yeah, we have. You've been driving the ball well with your new driver.
Right, Chris, I'll let you go. Then we're going to talk settings on it, because it's probably the most adjustable driver on the market today, that one. And one of the most expensive.
It's up there.
Nice. Nice. That bloke stopped in motion because he knew that Chris has a top in him.
That's true. This driver has seen some tops already early on in its life.
So talk us through exactly what settings we've got it on, because, like I said, one of the most adjustable there is. It's got the weight settings, it's got possible different weights you can fit it for, and you've gone for standard loft 10.5.
Yeah, 10.5. So I've gone a little bit more loft this year. Again, problem I've always had is spin. So you might say, well, if you put more loft on it, that's going to create it. But I found with a 9 degree, you try to manipulate it a little bit and sometimes end up misstriking it. With this, I've been able to get a good flight, more carry, and also just more distance.
It's a very low spin head as well, to be fair. But
yeah.
I think it's kind of coming back, you know, the old loft up, spin down kind of argument, but I think the brands are getting better at it. When that first kicked off with the R1, it was just terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think they went too far. They were trying to get you in a 12 degree driver, but obviously now it's levelled it out. Technology's better. Very consistent.
Oh, that's an absolute bullet, isn't it? I don't know where.
Just
I have no idea where that's come from. So Chris, when you are testing a new driver, I think numbers are vitally important. Not as important as coming out here like you said, but when you put that shaft in it, or when I put the shaft in it and you borrowed it, long term. Another long term one.
I'll not run this one over. I'll try.
Well, that's Brett's fault.
It is Brett's fault.
So Brett, if you're watching,
pick that tent up.
Yeah, and what were the numbers like with this kind of combination then? Because obviously you were tempted to use the Cobra this year.
Yeah, I used the Cobra, that had a stiff shaft in it, but again, obviously with this driver, it's gone to extra stiff, brought the spin down a little bit for me. It was around about 2,000. I've always struggled with it being around about 3,000, maybe even more. So again, the loft up there, still able to get a good ball flight on that. The Cobra, it was more for me with this was obviously mis-centered hits was still not spinning too high, still in the 2,000s, whereas when I tested it against the Cobra missed strikes, which we all have, were creeping up into the mid 3,000s. So,
well, I'd say what could be a real dark horse this year as well, guys. We've just been invited down to a certain place in the Midlands to test a potential new driver for kind of the middle to back end of this year from one of the world's biggest brands, and it could really ruffle some feathers. Comment below, what do you think that is? Ooh. He can get all the new drivers he wants. Not that my driver isn't new, but done him. I don't know how we've avoided that bunker, but we have.
I know, we're surrounded.
Would you like a yardage, Christopher?
Yes, please.
Let me just get one for you. See how instant that is? 164 playing 171.
Which means it's a CB and it's a 6 iron. So again, CB's in the longer end.
6 iron?
Yeah,
I thought you might have gone 6 iron in the blade and...
No, I've changed at 7 iron, so 6 iron is where we change. But again, just a little bit thicker top edge, just like in the Tacomos really, but I like the blade length and the look behind the ball.
That's not your best strike. I'm really interested to see what's that like for distance. I think it's up there as well. It carried that mound.
Pass, but again,
And that's where if that was a blade, you might well have struggled quite a lot more.
and fingers would have hurt.
Right. We did have a technical problem, Bobby, but now we're okay. What the? Wasn't my fault. You got very close to me then.
It's a bit strange that, Bobby.
Ah! He's in.
Oh, Bobby, get that right. Unbelievable. Yep, great shot.
Come in, come on.
Social.
We'll have a bit of that. So I have it a longer drive and hit it closer, but as we all know, that's not the be-all and end-all in goal. New trousers, Chris.
New trousers.
You too, you spent a fortune in Canary, you.
They were €8, these.
I can tell.
They were 44 waist.
44.
I think that must be European sizes.
This is a very difficult two-putt.
Good roll.
Simmer. Excellent pace.
It did
Just-
dive.
It was the line, wasn't it? Right, this would be lovely to take it back to level. Although a betting man says he's not going to make that, is he? With the special putter. You've not hit it, you've had the line and you've not hit it.
Oh, there's plenty left on that. It's coming back to you.
It's that time of year, innit, you know, just after greens maintenance, and they look rapid and the roll gorgeous.
Oh.
See what I mean?
Oh,
On to the next
all square.
loser buys breakfast.
Well, again, Bobby.
Bobby's hungry. So Chris, when it comes to the new irons, is there like the reason for changing? Are we talking more forgiveness, better feel, better spin rates, better flight windows, or just the fact that they look absolutely gorgeous?
Well, they do look, again, they just felt fantastic. Would they feel a little bit better than the Tacomos? Potentially a little bit, again, price point. They are obviously
They're a lot more expensive.
£300 or £400 at least more expensive. So, but for me behind a golf ball, it looked like a shorter blade length. Looked just, again, a bit of a thicker top edge as well. So a weird combination, but
Yeah.
I liked it.
Right. 151 playing 154. I'm going to go with my Tacomo 8 iron. Come on, James.
It's gone. for
Stay
it.
there.
It's at it. Oh, cracking shot.
Hash browns, beans, I think poached egg today,
Coach,
maybe whole grain bread, and a black pudding.
why are you having whole grain bread?
It's more expensive than you're buying.
Oh, is it? More expensive.
Tell you what, that looks good as well. Is it up? Oh, it's incredible. Delightful.
Bit of spin back on mine.
But remember, new clubs take a long time to bed in, Gaz.
Bit of spin back.
That's not a bad innings, is it, to be fair?
Now,
To be fair.
shots. We roll one of those in. Not yours.
Well, you're going to show me the line and then you're going to show me the toast, the eggs, the bacon and the sausages.
Sausages.
Guys, do us a favour, get in the comments below. Are you thinking about changing your clubs this year? Well, you haven't pitched over there, has it?
No. It has not.
I've got this. I've got this one. That's going to be the move, that one.
Fist pumping.
Just rehearsing my, you know, like footballers celebrate the celebrations.
They practice it, do they?
Yeah. Well, Tottenham players do. Oh, it's left it short.
Oh, it was straight in the middle as well.
It was in the jaws, and this is to beat another man with his new clubs. I should have definitely stood behind you and watched that.
There was a lot of movement on it. It's a swinger.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big shove. Shove City.
Guys, we're going to finish this with a bit of a short game challenge with Chris's, to be fair, new short game clubs as well. There's a couple of clubs in there that you haven't seen. That video will be live tomorrow, so go and check it out and see who's going to win the breakfast.